Welcome back. Thank you so much for tuning in. As a lover of dance, although I can't dance, I have a huge emotional investment in it, and I understand the power of this medium. Now launched as an initiative of Dirk Badenhorst in 2008, the South African International Ballet Competition, or the SAIBC, is an event that showcases the finest in ballet Mzansi has to offer. Not even the pandemic could stop these warriors from claiming their position as the largest competition of its kind on the continent. And with this title, it holds the proud record of hosting outstanding ballet dancers from South Africa and the world, giving a platform to some of the world's most promising talent. This is where it begins. So let's give you a little taste and see some of them in action. To be so bendy and supple. We love it, but the talent is clear for all to see. And we welcome two of the driving forces behind that talent there to shape these incredible young dancers. It's teacher Megan Davey and teacher Abida Medell. Thank you so much for joining us. I know you're quite nervous. It's not like you're only representing the biggest dance competition on the continent or anything. This is amazing to me. I joke about being emotionally invested in dance because I've seen firsthand what it can do in building character within young dancers. It's life skills. It's not just physical relationship with one's body, which is great, but there is something underpinning that. There is the development of young people. How do you think, in your experience, Megan, and how do you kind of take that role on board of shaping these young lives? How does dance help the young people that come through your doors?
I think that dance, and I'm a ballet specialist, or I focus only on classical ballet, but it takes a lot of time and investment, emotional and physical, to prepare them for a competition or even just taking part in exams and such like. Psychology plays quite a lot to try and keep them emotionally intact for the challenges, and then hours and hours and hours and hours of sacrifice to put in the work that is required to perform these solos, because these are classical repertoire solos that are performed by professionals. And we have teenagers, some children as young as 12, who are participating, and they are having to do point work, which is another step up. So I take my hat off to these young children, these young teenagers, for tackling the challenge of stepping onto stage with a solo like this. And then, of course, they have to learn a contemporary solo as well, which is, for many of them, it's their first time they've ever done contemporary. So it's a very unfamiliar pattern of movement, perhaps. Ballet is very much more placed and technical, and then contemporary, you have to be able to find much more movement. And it's, although ballet is hugely expressive, the contemporary...
It's done within a very kind of strict framework.
Yes.
Case in point, I've trained with pinnacle athletes in every discipline, from MMA champions, jiu-jitsu black belts, literally the Navy divers. The toughest physical challenge that I've faced is training with two prima ballerinas on a different level. But that expectation is there when you start. And I think there is this label that ballet teaches, oh, these hardcore, crack the whip, we're going to drive you to, because you have to achieve a level of discipline that I think most adults will struggle to get to. Abida, how do you find that balance when working with young people to get that passion and that joy and that emotion, but then still keep them kind of true north, focused on the goal at hand? How do you achieve
I think the ballet, the classical ballet, provides that discipline that all sports people do seek. They find that through the work. It's a discipline to attend your classes daily. It's a discipline to focus on yourself as a performer, to improve yourself, to challenge yourself, to strengthen yourself, and just make yourself a better dancer. And it's through that challenges and the discipline that those children learn to time manage their academics as well as these competitions.
Yes.
Because these competitions do take time.
Yeah.
You know, we've worked since the beginning of the year. So that's 6 months just for this one competition.
Wow.
So there's other competitions throughout the world. And so those training is continuous for our teachers and our students.
And once that framework is laid down, they take those skills into the rest of their life outside of dance. But trust me, in achieving within dance, this is the first step they take towards greatness. And you will see it firsthand. These dancers are truly phenomenal. And don't miss the opportunity to see them in action. The 2022 South African International Ballet Competition is going to be hosted by the Artscape. It's this week, Tuesday to Saturday, and we've got all those event details on our social media platforms. We will keep them up. Go and see some of the best talent that you will ever witness. They might be young, but they punch way above their weight class. This is where greatness begins. So thank you to both of you for the work that you put in every day, not just around these occasions, but what you do every day in helping these young athletes achieve their goals and become better people. This is why I love dance, and you should support them.